जाऊगा नाल रजे ते धोगी ते तेनू जोगन होना पै जाऊगा Get ready?
So I just watched Dhurandhar. Spoilers. At the start of the movie, there's this guy responsible for a terror attack, and then he only comes back and does the CST attacks, and they paused at the frame, and they did like a little PPT showing that this is the same guy from the other hijacking. We are not stupid. There was a couple of bits where I thought it was a bit too heavy-handed. Like they really took the time to sit down and explain everything so that nobody is able to miss what's going on, which I didn't think was completely needed. Okay, you know what? I felt like as a double agent that Ranveer Singh was, I didn't feel that he had enough moral conflicts. Which is weird to say because he had that entire 26/11 moment where he had to be like, oh Allah Akbar, I'm with you guys, let's go terrorism, yeah. What I really wanted to see was Ranveer Singh grow to really like these people, but know that what he needs to do for his country is above that and make a difficult moral choice there. Rahman Dakat. So he was not only a killer, obviously, but then he also went against his own people and randomly decided to betray them and join forces with the ISI and did 26/11. It was so easy to root for Ranveer Singh. A double agent, they have to face moral dilemmas every single day of the week. You could be on his side the whole movie, which I feel should not have been the case, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making a lot of sense in this. Dude, for 50% of the movie, that Yelena chick said that she was preparing for her entrance exams. I was like, bro, is she 17? It was running in my head is she 17? Is she 17? Is this guy just a scumbag? Is this guy an actual scumbag? And then they had her dad literally announce कि 19 साल की है वो legal है कोई नहीं. I was like, okay, ठीक है चलो. At least she's not underage.
Oh my god! Oh Jesus!
Second, I think the gang stuff was a little too glorious. I get the aura farming, okay? सुट्टा मारते हुए लाइटर फेंक दूँ और वो लाइटर विंडो में जाएगा और वो गैसोलीन जलेगा और वो एक्सप्लोजन होगा and I walk away from the explosion while I'm putting my shades on. I get that. That borders on the line of glorifying violence rather than showing it for what it is. And the violence, I don't mind it. I don't necessarily in concept mind the violence. You don't want to make it easy for the audience to deal with that on the screen. But I feel like violence should be treated with a little bit more weight and the audience should be a little bit more uncomfortable with that. And there was certainly moments in the movie where I was a bit uncomfortable with the violence. Like the other double agent who got absolutely there's hooks on his face. Oh. The use of real world tragedies, since you have built this entire fictional setup, I did not think that you necessarily needed to play the real actual recordings of people from Taj in that 26/11 attack. Obviously that you hear that stuff and it really moves you. The movie is trying to make you feel those things without putting in the actual effort. I didn't like that. The more I think about it, the more I hate the fact that they actually used real recordings in their movie. You don't need to convince an Indian audience to hate Pakistan, okay? You don't need to do that. The more you drive and hammer that point home, the more exploitative it feels. Yeah. There was one thing in the movie that if it was intentional, and I don't think it was, this is exactly the kind of thing I was talking about. So there's this scene at the start of the movie where in that shootout, Ranveer Singh prevents Naeem from escaping. He holds him down, and at the start I thought that was a strategic move to get him killed and then get close to the kingpin, but on reflection I think he was just trying to save him and then he got accidentally killed and then he played up the whole thing. But if that was intentional, that is exactly the kind of thing that I wanted more of, where he's making extremely morally questionable, difficult decisions, actually causing the death of a child just to get into the ranks of the Pakistani mafia. I feel like putting that decision early on into the movie would put the audience in a back foot. Okay, what am I following? And I feel like that would lead to an overall more interesting movie, in conclusion, it was definitely an enjoyable experience. It was not a drag, surprisingly, but there was a lot of missed opportunities in the movie where I feel like it could have elevated the movie into like amazing status. But I feel like the movie is just good. Anyway, you don't come to my Instagram page or YouTube or whatever for movie reviews. I don't even know why I'm doing this. Hopefully you enjoyed my unhinged ADHD rant on this movie. So let me know what you thought about the movie. Try to avoid spoilers in the comments. If you want to discuss the movie with me, I am open to that. We can do that in the DMs. Cool. Thank you. Bye. Dhurandhar.